Northwest to world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They will toss to Brown. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run. This is Brown. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. All day, D.
Now it's Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Man open left side is Brown. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Brown on the carry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Royce Freeman. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. On first down, Locke. Under a heavy rush, motion, down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Back. Check four. Leo. Ready?
Block now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Sponge. No. Topper.
On second down, here's Locke. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsay. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Throwing now is Locke. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still up.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it here with Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, man.
From the gun, it's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
Now a give, right side. It's Brown. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
54 Mike. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put
On 3rd down, Rosen. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Parker, the intended target.
At the 48-yard line.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator.
Here I come.
Pilot, 64, reach. Look at me. Go. Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
61, matchbox lights. Greystone travel.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
First down, Broncos.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke on the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they move the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's a give to Freeman running right. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw it is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And McManus able to put it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Allen, the intended receiver.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Check 25, check 25. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6. Check over.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. The 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running right, this is Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Ready, ready.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the 7-yard
Check
line.
out your weapon. Hit it.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't, because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, He didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session.
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. It's complete to Parker, left side. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On first down, it's Rosen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even...
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd and 4. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third.
That's it, baby. We go work.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check 3.
Check 50. Check 50.
Switch.
Check 26. Check 26. Hug.
On play action, Rosen. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on fourth down with Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Rosen now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Parker. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
44, Mike.
Now Rosen on first down. Going deep here for Stills. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Freeman trying to earn some more carries in this Bronco running game as they come up here 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Freeman a first down and more. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That one whistled against a big right tackle. You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it? So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well. Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Ready? Hold. And
throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Denver.
Come on, let's go! The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to Brown. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
watch the screen.
Now Rosen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Monday.
Rosen will throw. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Leo!
Freeman again. And Freeman lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following a fumble recovery, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it'll be third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Sanders' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Go out. Back. Check 4.
Now it's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Ready. 50, plant.
Take you to school. Kill. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Hey,
Another run by Lindsey. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 93 yards. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw his line. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's a party now.
Look, squeeze.
Check safety.
Tight dog. Shoot.
Back to throw. Lock. He's got his tight end Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Caught left side by Cobb. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke lets it fly deep for Cobb. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They come up in an offset eye. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Broncos, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dame pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000.